Howdy folks, it's time to maiden the Ripple seaplane from Banggood. I'm at the flying field. There's plenty of water around, so I might even be able to land it on some puddles. I've got some very useful suggestions from some of my viewers from the build video. Number one was that the aileron travel that I had was way too high, and it did look very high, so dialed in some rates down to 50% and 75%, a fair bit of expo. Someone else suggested if I'm going to take off on grass, it'd be useful to have a little skeg in front of the rudder. I didn't get round to doing that, so hopefully the rudder won't be ripped off. I'm going to start off with a 3S battery, 2650. I do have 4S available, so we'll see if I need the extra power. As well as dry grass, wet puddles, I also have this cricket pitch takeoff strip too, so I might start off on that. Alright, just checking the CG. CG is a little bit forward of the step. That's okay, we'll start with that. Okay, here we go. Ailerons, elevator. Rudder. There we go. Oh, I've got a fair bit of aileron throw. Yes, I do need some trim on the elevator because it's nose heavy. That's right now. Flying quite nicely. Very stable. Looks like a jet. It looks so fast. So that's on 50% ailerons, and we've got plenty of control. Whew, it is quite quick, but it can fly slow as well. Let's slow it right down. Let's glide it a bit. Let's just motor off. It's a bit nose heavy. I think I'll move the battery back a little bit. Bring it in for a landing. Very easy to control. There's no dramas at all. Very smooth. Doesn't have a great glide ratio. I better stay above those trees. Alright, coming in for a landing. Well, very nice. So that flew really well. A little bit nose heavy. So I'm just going to move the battery back a little bit. CG now is a bit further back. Alright, we'll give that a go. Hello. Look at that. Rudder has totally come off. Well, that's interesting. I'll try and tape that back on so I can keep on flying. So I've just done an impromptu rudder repair using electrical tape, and that should be strong enough to keep on flying, but I'll fix that properly when I get home. Alright, let's try some 4S magic. With the 4S battery all the way back, it's still a bit nose heavy, so I can afford to put a camera on the tail. Well, a small grunt on 4S, of course. The wind's picked up a bit, unfortunately. Almost unlimited vertical. Into a dive. Fast pass. That is quite fast now, still on half throttle. It wasn't so much the wind that was making me kick around, it was the aileron control horn which has snapped off. These control horns are too small and brittle, I would say. Luckily I have plenty more at home and I'll put a tougher one on. Well, that's it for the maiden, because I've snapped an aileron control horn. They're just too weak and brittle. I'd swap all of them out. I tore the rudder hinge, and I should have really strengthened that before I even started, but yeah, that just ripped off on the first landing. I lost the little top hatch, and that was my fault because I should have taped that on or glued it in or something like that. But it's a blast to fly, really enjoy it. I need to go back and do some mods and then find a calm patch of water to try it on. Thanks for watching.